Newcomer students. What is a newcomer student? The definition of a newcomer student. Newcomer is an umbrella term for foreign born students who have recently arrived in the United States. Newcomer students may include, but are not limited to, asylees, refugees, unaccompanied youth, undocumented youth, migratory students, and other immigrant children and youth identified by the local educational agencies, or LEAs. So, why do newcomer students need help? We know that everywhere immigrants have enriched and strengthened the fabric of our lives, according to John F. Kennedy. But these students, while they are enriching the lives of Americans everywhere, they need support academically. Students come to U.S. schools with varying English abilities, and so they might often need academic support in all of their classes. They also are going to definitely need social and emotional support. Adjusting to change can be difficult for anyone, whether it be a student or an adult. These students are in a new school, a new city, a new country. They're going to need support as they navigate through this new culture that they're trying to understand. It's important for counselors to take an assets based approach when dealing with newcomer students. Often, the newcomer student themselves come with a deficit mindset, right? This idea that they don't know anything or that what they bring with them is worthless. Counselors can help these students by guiding them to see that the challenges that they have experienced and the language progress that they're making is actually an asset. And they can help them see their experience through an asset based lens. That this experience they're having in a US school is an and in their life. It's not a negative, it's a positive experience that's enriching not only their lives, but the lives of the students around them. Some tips on how a counselor can welcome a newcomer student to their school. Counselors could create a welcome packet, include a map of the school, the bell schedule, lunch information, school activities. Also, create a video in different languages. Some students may have low literacy skills, so sharing information in their home language in a video format would be very helpful. Also, ensuring that students have access to grade level resources, providing a backpack with glue, crayons, pencils, paper, a folder, anything that is grade level appropriate that they can help and the students that counselors can help the students acquire so that way then the students can in turn be successful in their classes. A counselor should also take the time to introduce a newcomer student to his or her teachers, right? Forging that forging that bridge and creating that relationship and introducing teachers to the newcomer student can lower the anxiety of the student, thus making them feel a little more at ease as they enter into this new space. Counselors should also take the time to familiarize newcomer students with school facilities. Take them to the school library and invite students to peruse an engaging books as they go through their language acquisition process. Show them around campus. Make sure that they know those main buildings, right? Where are their classes? Where are the restrooms? And then show them the lunch area and ensure that they know how to get food before school or after school or during school hours. Counselors also want to ensure that these students are aware of all the school activities, right? The more a student is engaged in school, the more likely they are to succeed. So if students are able to make connections with other students, be it during school, after school with clubs or sports, right? The more a student is engaged, the easier the language acquisition is going to happen, and the quicker they're going to get acclimated to the school culture. So, Governor Gavin Newsom, signed Assembly Bill 714, which requires the California Department of Education to put together a list of resources on best practices and requirements for teaching newcomer students, and to report the number of newcomer students enrolled and their countries of origin for every school site. In addition to this information, counselors should also consider creating a strategic plan that is collaboratively created with a newcomer and their family that includes the student's goals, whether it be language acquisition during their time there and definitely their post secondary goals. Help them create a realistic timeline and to help them see and navigate any potential challenges, like filling out the FAFSA or the California Dream Act application. Counselors should also consider acquiring resources for addressing trauma. That would be helpful because many newcomer students had faced adverse experiences in their home country. So once they get over that initial fear and apprehension about being at your school site, some of those traumas may start to manifest later on as they start to feel a little more comfortable. Also, these children have developed resilience and problem solving abilities that can inspire American children and students to be more empathetic and compassionate. So consider involving these students in your group sessions. Consider having them become peer counselors so that way then they can help other students that are new to the school or get them to be an ambassador around campus so they can start showing new students also around, right? Ultimately, as a counselor, you should forge a meaningful connection with newcomer students because the resilience in the student is fostered through nurturing supportive relationships and the cultivation of essential coping skills for challenging situations. And that is what a counselor can do for a newcomer student.